This is Josh Hart here for Seconds Out. It is fight week. We're here in London, joined by Sahni. Dev, back at the spiritual home of British boxing, York Hall. How excited are we for this weekend?
I'm very excited. I think we've the two fights at the top, the one that we've just done the presser for, are very, very good fights. Denzel Bentley at middleweight right now, he's one of the hardest hitters in the middleweight division. When he boxes at sort of British European level, sometimes he just knocks them out very, very quickly. Danny Dignam in his last fight, 2 rounds. Kieran Smith a few fights before that, 1 round. He'll be thinking, hey, maybe this is another demolition job, but Derrick Osaze has his own ideas. Osaze's very, very good. Only lost to Tyler Denny, who we know how good Tyler Denny is. Hungry guy. Brilliant fight between 2 nice men. So, yeah, excited about it.
One thing I've noticed about Denzel, he's always looked so dangerous coming into a fight off the back of a defeat. I know he won his last fight, but he's still clawing his way to get back to that level he was at. Just how dangerous of a Denzel Bentley could we expect this weekend?
I think he'll be dangerous. His knockout rate is very high. He's when he lands clean, bad things tend to happen to people. Danny Dignam found that out last time, and that was like body shots. He was piecing him up with like body shots. Really, he's heavy hands, so he could be very dangerous. Derrick Osaze will be awkward in there though, and it's by no means a walkover fight. It's a serious fight. Osaze, that fight with Tyler Denny, where he had the only loss of his career, he'd stepped up for the first time from 4 rounds, suddenly up to 10 rounds. Didn't really know how to navigate these extra rounds. So you can easily kind of explain away that defeat. Then you start putting in the context of him winning that boxer tournament, beating guys like Kieran Conway en route. It's a serious fighter.
With Denzel, obviously he is number 2 in the WBO. If he does win this fight, what do you reckon Queensberry should look at next? The Janibek rematch or a fight with Hamza Shiraz if he's to beat Tyler Denny?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know how long Janibek can stay at middleweight. We saw what happened with his last fight. There seems to be things going on there. I think it's premature to discuss how maybe if Denzel wins this, he could fight Hamza. Hamza's got a proper fight. Tyler Denny's really good. Tyler Denny has made a bit of a career out of having unbeaten British prospects going to fight him, thinking that they're going to go places, and he just takes their unbeaten record. Derrick Osaze being one of them. Brad Pauls, I think he took his unbeaten record. Felix Cash very recently as well. This is what he tends to do. He's the European champion. So for us to kind of be like, oh, Hamza's just going to walk through him and then he'll fight Denzel when Denzel comes through, very, very premature chat.
Alois Jr., first title fight this weekend. What have you seen from Alois so far in his career? Obviously, we know the famous story that he had at the start when he took his debut on 24 hours notice. But what have you seen from him that when you sit there and you look at him, it makes you feel like he's ready for this first title fight at such a young age?
Just one word with Alois Jr., which I'd always encourage anyone to link with him. Fearless. He is utterly fearless. To take that fight at 24 hours notice against a home fighter, he was Queensberry, Poland, Michael Soshienski, who knocks everyone out. To take that as your pro debut is crazy. And from his performance in that fight, he earned himself, the attention of Frank Warren and a contract with Queensberry. Every fight he's had since that, he has knocked people out. 7 wins, 7 knockouts. He's serious, and also he's found his voice. He's finding himself as a young man. He's 21 years old now. He looked a superstar sat at that table. Really carried that press conference. Even interjected when Denzel and Derrick weren't saying too much. He's like, oh, I've got more to say. Love that kind of stuff. And you look at the camp that he's in. You look at the fighters that he's surrounded by. Anthony Joshua, Moses Itama, Lee Woods knocking about, the McCormacks, Royston Barney Smith. It's fantastic. So that can only do good things for him, for his development, and I think he's going to go a long way.
Talking of his campmate Anthony Joshua, Oleksandr Usyk has come out in a recent interview and said that he has no reason to deny AJ of a third fight with himself. Do you feel Anthony Joshua can ever beat Oleksandr Usyk?
Ask me after September 21st. I think that would give us a better idea as to where AJ is, and also if Usyk can come through Tyson Fury. I feel right now, don't know.
What should Dubois do differently if he's ever to fight Usyk again? Obviously, we all saw the first fight. I remember seeing interviews from yourself after the first fight saying that he should be a world champion. But if they are to meet again, Dubois and Usyk, what should be done differently?
Perhaps not get disheartened if things start going against him. Like he had at that moment in time where I believe it was a body shot. Many people do believe it was a body shot, but it wasn't called as a body shot. And then Usyk was still hurt. He could have maybe done more there to get him out of there, but maybe just got disheartened, lost his way a little bit. I don't think he'd do that again. I don't think he would lose his way and get disheartened. I think we've got a whole new Daniel Dubois now. This is the guy that sat up there with Big Baby Miller at presser and told him every baby has a daddy and I'm going to beat you like I'm your daddy. This is the guy that called Filip Hrgović whatever he called him when they were sat at a round table and then stopped Filip Hrgović, the bogeyman of the heavyweight division. I think he's got this added kind of rigour and vigour to him now. So, I think he'll go into this Usyk fight, if he ever fights him again, and feeling ready.
Obviously, both have their hands full. Oleksandr Usyk, especially as he takes on Tyson Fury in a rematch. From what you may have heard, from what you may have seen, how's Tyson Fury been looking if you spoke to him as of late?
I've not spoke to him. I'm sure Frank has, but look, everything that I hear is that Tyson's ready to go. You see, like on Instagram and stuff, he's training. And I can only go by what I've seen, and he seems to be ready to go. It's the first time in his career that he is bouncing back from a defeat. And when you are Tyson Fury, when you've seen and done it all in boxing, it's very rare that you get something new to look forward to. He has now. He's got something new. That new is the get back. That new is, let's see if you can get your belts back. Let's see if you can beat this guy. And I think he will be relishing that he's being written off by some people, just like he was written off against Wilder, just like he was written off against Klitschko, just like he was written off with his weight. He was 30 stone at one point, his mental health problems. He spent a lot of time being written off, and when he does get written off, he tends to write a whole new page and get people thinking, wow, how's he done that?
If Fury is to lose to Usyk, where does he go from there? You know, I've been seeing some people suggest possible retirement. Is that an option, do you reckon?
I think it would be foolish to second guess anything that Tyson Fury does, to be honest. So.
I spoke to Johnny Nelson on Zoom on Tuesday and asked him for his top 5 heavyweights, and he put obviously Oleksandr Usyk at number 1, no debate about that. But then the real debate came when he said Anthony Joshua at number 2 and Tyson Fury at number 3. What is your reaction to that?
Look, Johnny's been in the game a long time. He knows his boxing. He also knows what can get people talking. I'm a big fan of Johnny. I don't agree with AJ being number 2. I still think Usyk, Fury, they're the 1 and 2. Don't know about the full top 5, but Johnny has more than earned the right to give his opinion on boxing.
And then just looking at Canelo, he's had a bit of back and forth with Turki Alalshikh at the moment. What have you made of this feud between the pair?
Yeah, I don't know really. I mean, I think it's clear that His Excellency Turki Alalshikh wants to make big fights. That's what he's doing. He's in the business of doing that. Hopefully they can figure it out, and Canelo does take one of the fights on offer, because that's what we want to see, right? We want to see Canelo, one of the biggest stars in boxing, in the best fights. Turkey wants to make the best fights, so it feels like it's inevitable, but fingers crossed.
Who do you feel loses out more between Turkey and Canelo? Obviously, we know what Turkey brings, but at the same time, we know just how much Canelo can bring to the table. Who do you feel loses out more?
I don't think anyone's really lost anything at the moment. Canelo's got his fight with Berlanga lined up, and maybe all of this can still happen. Maybe they will work together. So I wouldn't say anyone's really lost anything right now.
And what do you make of Turkey saying that Canelo's scared to fight the likes of David Benavidez, Terence Crawford, etc.? Turki Alalshikh is more than entitled to his opinion in the sport. It's certainly not an opinion that I will be challenging anytime soon. And look, Canelo's in a place in his career right now where he is. People do want to see him fight Benavidez. They did want to see him fight Crawford. Maybe not so much now, but Benavidez does seem to be the fight, and hopefully we get to see it. Canelo's sort of has taken a few other fights, but he's kind of earned the respect of boxing fans by now. But we do want to see him fight Benavidez, so I don't know. Hopefully they can get it done. Well, Dev, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure we'll catch up again Saturday post-fight.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cheers.
See you then.